This is it. I think everybody is feeling really good about this. The final stretch towards the playoff drive where Kevin Cheveldayoff added some key pieces here. They're depth pieces, but they fit perfectly.
There's been a lot of chatter outside the locker room leading up to the trade deadline about 2C, second line center. Second line needs to get bigger.
Anybody that tells you that the players don't know what's going on or what's being discussed is false, because they do. For Vladislav Namestnikov over his career, he's played up and down the lineup. I mean, as a second line center, it started last year, and I think he's gotten better. I mean, even into his 30s, he's developed into that role.
Ehlers drops it, good feed to Perfetti, to Lee, centering pass, score! Vlad Namestnikov, and it's 1-0 Winnipeg.
Him going out, scoring that goal and returning home, the celebration that came with it, you could see it in his face and the exuberance that he had. I think it also cemented the fact that he could lead that second line offensively for sure, and we know he can defensively.
Was a little too crisp, and we are through one period of play here in Winnipeg. Nikolai Ehlers, Vlad Namestnikov, and Cole Perfetti stood out for me. That was a well-played 20 minutes.
I mean, you hear about it, but there's nothing you can really do. I mean, you go out there and play, and I thought we got two very good, pieces at the deadline, and we're happy about that, so we're just going to keep moving forward.
Cole Perfetti is in the mix when it comes to driving that line. He has certainly had a great season. We have seen growth and progress in multiple areas for him. One of them has been his elusiveness and his ability to make plays. We knew that coming out of Major Junior. We're really seeing that now as him making these plays and as an offensive player.
Sweep it down to Perfetti, back up. Connor steps towards the net. Perfetti, fanned on, and here's a chance, and Velarde scores! It's a power play goal, and it's 2-1 Winnipeg. In-tight specialist from Gabriel Velarde. Nice job from Cole Perfetti right there too. I talked earlier about him digging in and go to those areas. That doesn't happen if he's not there.
Luke Schenn was as advertised in his debut as a Winnipeg Jet. All Luke Schenn does is block shots, be physical, and move the puck.
Jones shoots, blocked. And he's been heavy, he's been himself. Would be the best way I'd describe him in this first game, which is not an easy game to play. Soucy shoots a big pile in front, blocked by Schenn, and the Jets will come away with it.
Block shots, I mean, first off, you're going to get a tap or an attaboy after you block a shot. That's number one. But it just shows the sacrifice, the passion, the commitment that you have to the team when you block a shot that's coming at you at 100 miles an hour. The Winnipeg Jets keep running into these teams that are right on the playoff line, and there's desperation in their game. It was a war. It was physical. It had open-ended chances and breakaways. It was really entertaining, but in the end, it was a hard game to play, and the Winnipeg Jets prevailed in one of their toughest tests, certainly at home in recent memory.
And the Winnipeg Jets hang on and beat the Rangers 2-1.
Well, there are no must-wins, really, until you get into the playoffs, but this 5-game block can really make a determination as to where you're going to finish. This game tonight is hugely important for both teams, but for the Jets and their perspective, you can push your lead on the Central Division over the Stars to 10 points. The Stars can cut it to 6 with a victory and still have 2 games in hand, and then the race is really on.
We got a big one tonight at Canada Life Center. Jets and the Dallas Stars. We've been waiting for it all week, and game day is here. Friday night, downtown Winnipeg, the 2 best teams in the West battling in a game that has massive implications when it comes to the Central Division title.
And I think the energy in the building is going to reflect how important this game is.
This is the first real dress rehearsal for real pressure. That's the one thing that teams have to understand. To win a Stanley Cup, you can't just say the only pressure that we have is the pressure we put on ourselves. Pressure comes at you whether you like it or not. This is a pressure game, and I think it's okay to feel the pressure, allow the pressure, embrace it. These games should get your juices flowing. These games should bring some anxiety, bring a little bit of nerves, and that to me is a privilege for sure. So getting yourself going, get up, and then calm into the game by the time the puck drops.
Let's defend first, all right? 200 feet, we defend first, all right? At their end of the rink, neutral zone, our end, we go fast, all right? Close quick, take away their time and space, don't give them any room to make plays. all right? Win your puck battles. They're all over the ice again. Working face-off, zone, net fronts. Be good, be strong, be heavy, all right? Let's go get them there, boys. Come on.
If Winnipeg can expand their lead to 10 points, then, yeah, the Stars have 2 games in hand, but it gets a little bit more difficult for them to kind of close that gap. All bets would be off if it's a clean 2-point win for Dallas.
I'm trying to knock it out. Give me the job. We get it done. We get it done.
I love it. I think this is great. It's the biggest game of the year.
And the teams will come to center ice, and the puck is dropped, and it's showtime from downtown Winnipeg.
Hit him with a 1-2. Hold up. Yeah, now we laid out.
This isn't just game 67. There is a lot of excitement for this game, and also there's some pressure that goes along with it. You might want to say that this could be a measuring stick for both of these teams.
They all want to know what it feel like to be at the top. Yeah, it pay to be the boss, and it come with a cost. But we still want to stop. Trying to knock it out. Give me the job. We get it done. We get
His
it done.
5th goal of the year, and Winnipeg will open up the scoring. Squeezed against the board there by Harley. Back out in front for Connor, a shot, he scores!
What a lightning release. Connor's 34th makes it 2-0. Granlund got free and clear. Connor is now 2. He'll cut into it, grabbing the net. Valerdi. Morrissey is the trailer. Morrissey, Connor scores! Tremendous passing by the Jets. Connor has another, and it's 3-0.
Kind of a give and go with Josh Morrissey, and on display is Kyle Connor's elite shot as he just slung it past Ottinger. But big players find big moments to rise in big games, and that's exactly what Kyle Connor did against the Dallas Stars.
Good play back. High follow to DeMello. Wrists it through. They score! It might be Barron. Whoever has it, it's 4-0 Winnipeg.
And that is a team win in the biggest game of the year by far. And the Jets grow 2 points farther away from the chasing Dallas Stars.
And they came into this one, a tough matchup for both teams, but the Jets dominated. They've done more than enough to beat the Stars 4-1 as they take it here in Winnipeg.
I'm trying to knock it out.
They proved that they are the team to beat until further notice. And you look at the way this game played out, the Jets were faster in so many different ways. Not just the speed at which they skate, but the speed at which they had the puck. They made their decisions. It was Dallas that was playing catch up in this game, and it's 3 things that the Jets have going for them. Goaltending is at the top level. Defensively, they are the best team in the NHL, and offensively, a top 3 team in the NHL. That is a scary combination if you're going to have to go up against the Winnipeg Jets.
Brandon Tanev coming home tonight. An original Seattle Kraken, and they'll have a nice loud applause for him.
I think it was important for Brandon to be able to get back there. He talked about how it was like a familiar place. He's been there since the expansion draft. He was, a big part of that team early on, helped them in the playoffs. And
familiar place for me over the last 4 years. Enjoyed my time here, like I said. Nice to see some old friends, have some fun and warm ups with the guys. But when you go out there, just have fun, enjoy it, take it all in, because it was such a special place. Play for 4 years, and the fans were amazing to me. So it's gonna be nice to be back in front of them. But when the puck drops, it's business as usual. But it's nice to be in a familiar place so soon.
Tanev tonight is playing game number 100 as a Winnipeg Jet. Teams come to center ice. Puck is dropped. And it's showtime from Seattle, Washington.
he said after the morning skate, once the puck drops, it's all business. And boy, did he ever show that.
Eyssimont will get it out towards center ice, and Wright is just blasted against the boards on the near side by Tanev. And then everybody's coming after Tanev, a bunch of cross checks. And Tanev came right back after Shane Wright. Tanev, that was a clean hit. It's just an awkward position that Wright was put into, and he slammed into the boards. And then everybody over on the near side for Seattle came right after Brandon Tanev. And there are no more friendships on this ice surface here in Seattle.
Brandon just did what Brandon Tanev does, and that's come in and play hard with some passion. And that's why I think he was appreciated for so long by the Seattle Kraken fans, because he showed on display again why the Winnipeg Jets went out and acquired him, because they needed that in their lineup again.
This is the side of the net. One's out in front, the shot, they score. And they're off and running. It's 1-0 inside the Winnipeg end. Eyssimont shoots and scores. And it's 2-0 Seattle. Slap shot by Sandberg. Stop, rebound, they score! Perfetti on the putback.
And we are through 20 minutes of play here at Climate Pledge Arena.
You know, they always have a good push early when we play here. So we were expecting that, but, you know, we didn't have a match for it right away, and we got our legs going as it went along.
The top team in the National Hockey League going to work here in period 2. Montour starting behind the net.
So Brandon Montour leads the rush down the ice, which he does for Seattle a lot. He's a dynamic player that way, but he ends up kind of getting stuck in the zone. So when Morgan Barron makes that block,
Evans with a shot, knocked out by Barron.
Kyle Connor knows that opportunity is going to be there. He can use his speed. Now the challenge is Morgan Barron's got to be able to get him that puck.
I mean, you talk about instincts, but it's kind of just being able to scan the ice and feel where guys are before you make the play. I know we talk about that a lot when you're a young kid learning to play the game, is kind of knowing where you're going to go with your pass before you get the puck.
Barron will sling it to the near side, and it's a breakaway for Connor.
Kyle Connor in, Connor to the net, scores! Who is any quicker than Kyle Connor?
Come on, no look backhander, right on the mark. And
That play doesn't start if it's not good defense from Morgan Barron and blocking the shot first and foremost, and then having the presence of mind to understand where he needed to put that puck to send Kyle Connor in on that breakaway.
And this game will go to overtime.
both goaltenders have been good in this one, and perhaps fittingly this one requires a bit of extra time.
Trying to skate into it quickly is Nemesnikov. He does just that. Nemesnikov back for Sandberg.
Sandberg now into where the slot for Cole Perfetti. Swings toward the net. Back out in front. The shot. They score! Dylan Sandberg, a chip shot. Past Joey DeCord. Jets win. Jets win. Jets win in overtime tonight.
Got into the zone there and brought it down low, and it was kind of a jumble there in that right circle, and I saw Fetz had the puck, and all their guys were on that right side, so I saw there was open space in the backside, and Fetz made a nice play to me, so ended up working out.
And they sweep the three-game series over the Seattle Kraken and start this road trip with a victory 3-2 tonight in the Emerald City.
Stay with it. Get ourselves back into it. Fucking roommates, the old roommates. They love each other. Yeah. Hey, fellas, just on one note here, all right? We're going to run into these type of teams here from now to the end of the season, right? It's trying to make sure that we play our game on a consistent, and if you don't have it, it's going to happen. At the end of the day, it's the compete, it's the battle that always has to be there for us. A great road win, way to start this off. Who's got the leather here?
I think on practice days like this one, all you're really doing is A, getting on the ice, getting up and down the ice, as they like to say, doing some flow drills just to get your puck touches in. But at the same time, you're doing a little bit of 5-on-5 work where you're maybe tweaking some things for your opponent. That's something that Winnipeg likes to do, whether it's power play, whether it's 5-on-5. Usually the day before a game, you'll see a little change in maybe a route up ice or little things that you're trying to look for on the power play. There's little details like that that you work on in a day like this one to prepare you for your next opponent.
Doing a really good job coming through the middle of the ice in the neutral zone. So we haven't done this in a while. Just to start the drill, if you guys tag up, you're going to re-attack 3-on-2. D, make sure we're playing it right. If you can squeeze, we want to make sure we're attacking here. So you enter the zone, you play it out until the whistle, and then we re-attack 3-on-2, right? So strip them of the puck, re-attack, whistle, highest F3, same thing happens, we go the other way. But get an angle early, force them on the outside.
Teams will come to center ice, puck is dropped, and it's showtime from Vancouver, British Columbia. Back toward the line, here's Hughes, far side slap shot, they score. Up top now for Hughes, shoots, deflected in front, they score.
Winnipeg, there was parts of their game I liked offensively. Defensively, not so much. They give up way more than they're used to. They were out of structure.
And this game is over. The Canucks beat the Jets 6-2.
any loss is disappointing for sure, but what this team's been so good at is just kind of parking it and moving on, right? And you have to do that in the regular season because the schedule doesn't really let up for you. You finish the road trip in Edmonton against a motivated Oilers team coming off a big win over Utah in their home buildings. So lots for Winnipeg to process.
All good teams have setbacks, step backs. That was one of them, and that leads up well into this game against the Oilers. They've been so good all year long at kind of, whether it's a good or bad game, resetting, starting again, and they're going to need to do that here.
Winnipeg's done a real good job this year of making sure that they've had the midnight rule. Win or lose, midnight comes, they flush the game, whether it's been a good one or a bad one, and you move on to the next one.
Well, it doesn't matter. No, it does not. We're just going to go take care of business. That's what matters. That's what matters, dog.
Jets are in white. Hellebuck down to our right. Jets are flying from our broadcast right to left. Teams will come to center ice to get it started. Puck is dropped, and it's showtime from Edmonton, Alberta.
They need to take steps every single game here on out to the playoffs to find a way to get an already high level even higher.
Skinner across the line, moving in, shoots and scores. Uneven strength goal for Edmonton, and they lead it 1-0. Across the line, onto the far side, moving in. Sandberg shoots, stop, rebound. They score! Put it back out in front, and a shot, they score. And it's 2-1. And it might be McDavid's goal. Towards center ice, Appleton on the far side, Niederreiter moving right in, and a back door. They score! Josh Morrissey ties it at 2 with 12:19 remaining in this second period. Baby! Get to the line, Fleury moving in, shooting, deflected in front, stopped, rebound, they score! Brandon Tanev! And Winnipeg has their first lead of the night. Rister toward the net, deflected in front, stop, they score! Zach Hyman.
This game will go to overtime. So for the second time on this road trip, the Jets go to overtime.
Nugent Hopkins will take that, going toward the front of the net. Hyman moves in, shooting! And it's stopped by Hellebuck on a one-timer.
Now Nurse at the line. Not a good pass. Morrissey's going to pick it up.
Yeah, I know they kind of turned it over in our end. JMO got it. We regrouped on the play. JMO gave me a nice pass across the line. I kind of cut in and knew they were kind of backed off. And then you kind of put it in the goal scorer's hands and let him work his magic. And
dropped it for Scheifele. Scheifele dropped it now for Connor. Darts toward the net, shoots, scores! Team-leading goal number 37 for Kyle Connor is an overtime winner tonight. Jets win! Jets win! Jets win in overtime tonight.
Kyle Connor with the winner in overtime, and the Jets take it 4-3.
Good shot, Sid. Good shot, Scheif. Way to get it done. That's it, friends. Jamo. Jets 1.0, 2.0, now leading defenseman. Trip up, no trip. You can find a way to get those extra points there like that. Great job, boys. Good. Let's get out of here. Ready to go. There you go. We've got that letter.
We're happy with the Vancouver game, and Edmonton's obviously a tough opponent, so we wanted to make sure that we were ready. And that was it was a good bounce back game for us, and it was a really important win.
Successful road trip in the end for Winnipeg. They get wins in Seattle and here in Edmonton. Good night.